Hello, everyone, and welcome. In this presentation, we will walk you through the complete roadmap for cosmetic registration and filing in China. Under the CSAR framework, we will cover the regulatory background, key qualifications and responsibilities, application types and processes, and how CIRS can support your market entry into China. Today's presentation is divided into 4 parts. First, we will look at the background and regulatory framework. Second, we will explain the qualifications and responsibilities of registrants, filers, and domestic responsible persons. Third, we will go through the application type S and registration or filing process. And finally, we will introduce CIRS services for cosmetic compliance and market access in China. Let's begin with the regulatory background. China's cosmetics regulatory system has undergone major changes in recent years, and understanding the CSAR framework is essential for any company planning to enter this market. The new framework establishes clearer product classifications, stronger compliance responsibilities, and more structured market entry requirements. Under the Cosmetics Supervision and Administration Regulations, or CSAR, issued in 2020, cosmetics placed on the Chinese market are regulated through a registration or filing system. This regulation replaced the older cosmetics framework and introduced a more modern, risk-based approach to supervision. Under CSAR, companies that plan to place cosmetic products on the Chinese market must apply for either registration or filing with the National Medical Products Administration or with the Provincial Medical Products Administration. Depending on the product category, it is also important to note that toothpaste is now regulated as ordinary cosmetics in China. Under CSAR, cosmetics are divided into 2 categories: special cosmetics and ordinary cosmetics. Special cosmetics include products with functions such as anti-freckling and whitening, sunscreen, hair dye, hair perm, anti-hair loss, and products claiming new efficacies. Ordinary cosmetics refer to products outside those categories, such as skincare, makeup, hair care, body wash, and perfumes. This distinction is extremely important because special cosmetics require registration, while ordinary cosmetics follow the filing pathway. Now let's move to the second section, qualifications and responsibilities. Before submitting a registration or filing application, companies need to understand whether they meet the legal qualifications to act as a registrant or filer, and what obligations they must fulfill once the product enters the Chinese market. The cosmetics registrant or filer is responsible for the quality, safety, and efficacy claims of the cosmetic products, according to the regulatory requirements. The registrant or filer must be an enterprise or other organization established according to law. It must also have a quality management system suitable for the cosmetics to be registered or filed. In addition, it must have the capability to monitor and evaluate adverse reactions. These requirements are designed to ensure that the company behind the product can effectively manage product quality and post-market compliance. For foreign companies, appointing a domestic responsible person in China is a mandatory requirement. The domestic responsible person handles the pre-market registration or filing application on behalf of the overseas registrant or filer. This party is also responsible for assisting with adverse reaction monitoring, safety monitoring, recall management, and reporting obligations related to new cosmetic ingredients. In addition, the domestic responsible person must cooperate with regulatory inspections and undertake corresponding safety and quality responsibilities according to the agreement with the registrant or filer. In practice, this role is a key compliance bridge between overseas brands and the Chinese regulatory system. So, who needs to register or file cosmetics in China? In general, companies that intend to sell cosmetic products through offline stores in China need to complete registration or filing The same applies to companies that plan to sell through standard online platforms in China. However, registration and filing are generally not required for companies selling cosmetic products strictly through cross-border e-commerce channels, such as certain CBEC platforms. This is an important distinction for overseas brands evaluating different market entry strategies. Now let's turn to the third section, application types and processes. Under CSAR, there are two main application pathways for cosmetics: registration and filing. The pathway depends on whether the product is categorized as a special cosmetic or an ordinary cosmetic, although both routes require dossier preparation and compliance review. The regulatory depth and approval mechanisms are different. All special cosmetics must be registered with the National Medical Products Administration, or NMPA. An approval license will be issued only after the product passes both the format review and the technical review conducted by the authorities. The registration license for special cosmetics is valid for 5 years. It is also worth noting that soaps with the function of special cosmetics are subject to the management of special cosmetics as well. Because of the higher regulatory threshold, special cosmetics usually require more preparation, more data support, and more careful dossier review. For ordinary cosmetics, the market entry route is filing rather than registration. Generally, an electronic filing certificate will be issued after the submitted dossiers pass the official review by the NMPA or the Provincial Medical Products Administration. In addition, annual reports are required for ordinary cosmetics and must be submitted from January 1st to March 31st each year. Although the filing route is more streamlined than registration, companies still need to prepare compliant dossiers and maintain ongoing post-filing obligations. To support cosmetic companies entering China, CIRS provides a comprehensive range of regulatory and compliance services. These services include acting as the domestic responsible person for the application of user rights in the online registration and filing system, determining the product type and required notification pathway, and conducting preliminary reviews of product formulas and labels. CIRS also supports regulatory compliance testing related to product safety and efficacy, in accordance with the Safety and Technical Standards for Cosmetics 2021 and the specifications for the evaluation of cosmetic efficacy claims. In addition, CIRS provides full dossier preparation and submission support, helping companies improve efficiency and reduce compliance risks throughout the process. In summary, China's cosmetics market offers significant opportunities, but successful entry requires a clear understanding of CSAR, proper product classification, compliant registration or filing, and effective local regulatory support. Whether your product falls under special cosmetics or ordinary cosmetics, early planning and accurate dossier preparation are essential. With extensive regulatory experience and end-to-end service capabilities, CIRS can help companies navigate China's cosmetics registration and filing requirements more efficiently and confidently. Thank you for watching.